Um, Hi, this is just a test. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, we'll start in 2 minutes, ma'am.
I'm audible?
Am I audible?
Yes, now you are. Wonderful. Okay. We're ready to start. Hi, everyone. I'm super excited, super stoked to be able to meet everybody over here. Firstly, I just wanted to quickly confirm. Amritansh, I just wanted to confirm, should we keep the language to English, Hindi,
Okay,
or...
so yes, ma'am. So we will be having both the languages, and before you start, the audience must know कि वो किससे बात कर रहे हैं and why you are so special for all of them and why they should be thankful कि आपने समय निकाला. So whatever मेरे लिए बहुत लंबी लिस्ट आई थी मेरे पास कि आपके बारे में ये लिखा है वो लिखा है and I'm sure कि वो आप अपने जर्नी में बताएं. मेरे को जो सबसे एक्साइटिंग पार्ट लगा वो मैं आपके साथ शेयर करता हूँ. दैट वाज कि आप 2 बार के वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड होल्डर हो when it comes to the youngest image consultants. Is it true, ma'am?
Very much so.
Okay, so that's quite awesome to have a world record. कैसा भी अच्छा लोगों के सामने. So that is amazing. And why I always feel that image building is so important is कि आप कहीं पे भी जाओ ना तो लोग सबसे पहले आपको अपने कपड़े से जज करते हैं. फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन मैटर करता है. इसके बारे में बहुत सारी बातें शुरू से की जाती आई हैं. सो दैट डेफिनेटली ब्रिंग्स इन द पॉइंट कि आप कितने भी टेक्निकली स्ट्रांग हो, एट द एंड जो हम लोग कहते हैं दिल से बात करना या ईमानदारी दिखाना, वो सब जो होता है एक इमेज आप कैरी करते हो उसके साथ बिल्ड होता है. दैट्स व्हाट आई बिलीव. ओके, कि आदमी सेम होता है, भगवान ने वक्त सबको दिया है, कौन उस वक्त को क्या संवारने में लगाता है वो उनके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. सो मीका मैम, टुडेस सेशन इज ऑल अबाउट व्हाट वन शुड डू टू बिल्ड हिज और हर पर्सनालिटी, जो किसी भी फील्ड में हो, चाहे वो स्टूडेंट हो या एंटरप्रेन्योर हो, कुछ भी हो. ओके, इट टोटली डिपेंड्स कि वो कैसा करेगा. एंड वी विल श्योरली like to have the views of the world record holder. Okay, Mika ma'am, so the stage is all yours now. ठीक है, जो भी सवाल जवाब होंगे we will have a discussion. As of now, please.
Thank you so much, Amritansh. I think it was so lovely and indeed a very warm welcome. So I feel so humbled and grateful कि there are so many people to appreciate absolute hard work. So जैसे वो movies में बोलते हैं ना that जूते घिस जाते हैं, like इतना time जाता है ये चीजों में that it really is something that you should feel to believe. So I'm so glad that you could give me this opportunity कि मैं सबसे मिल पाऊं और उनको काफी और हेल्प कर पाऊं in terms of वो अपनी इमेज को कैसे मैनेज कर पाए, अपने पर्सनालिटी को कैसे बिल्ड करना चाहिए. अलग अलग किस्म के टिप्स, डूज एंड डोंट्स, टेक्निक्स. मोर देन टिप्स ना, आई एम द काइंड ऑफ पर्सन हु बिलीव्स इन टेक्निक. सो आई फील कि every single person in the world is full of questions, बट हम ना अगर सही क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे तो हमें सही जवाब मिलेगा. कुछ लोगों का अपना क्वेश्चन ही नहीं मालूम है, बिकॉज सम पीपल डोंट इवन नो देयर प्रॉब्लम. एज अ मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट, एंड द ट्रूथ हियर इज दैट द प्रॉब्लम इन द वर्ल्ड इज दैट इवन पीपल डोंट नो देयर प्रॉब्लम. So once they're able to sort of find it out is when I always believe कि हर एक क्वेश्चन के पास ना एक सही आंसर तो होता ही है. So if you're not getting minimum one answer for one question, means you're not asking the right question. So I think here I'm full of answers, and I would love कि the audience looks as this, जहाँ पर वो कुछ learn कर पाए, they can shoot questions to us. We've got our team at the back end who is looking after all the queries and anything जो लोगों के दिमाग में आ जाए, they really want to grab that as an opportunity कुछ question पूछने के लिए. Because one thing I can assure you is that this session is all about answering your various different questions in life, right from how to succeed, how to make it, as a profession. It doesn't matter कि आप क्या profession में क्या काम कर रहे हो. You have to, I think, build a personal brand which is strong enough कि लोग वो चीज को appreciate कर पाए और उस चीज से सीख पाए. So once again, I just wanted to reconfirm our audience will be English and Hindi speaking. Would it be all right if I mix it around in English and Hindi? Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you so much. All right, lovely. So thank you for sharing stage with me, Amritansh, and I think it's always a pleasure. So I'm going to quickly take it on from here and be able to take it on to the audience where the actual spotlight is. I always love to say कि, it's always about the audience. It is always about participants. It is always about the people on the receiving end of knowledge, because बहुत ही easy equation होता है for any kind of a performance. How when we're working, it's a performance. When whatever it is that you're doing at the end of the day, ये calculate होता है कि आपने काम कितना किया हुआ है, कितना impact दिया हुआ है. So the equation of performance and your impact is these three things that one should remember. One is knowledge, one is skills, and one is attitude. So you see, any successful person who talks about growth will always talk कि knowledge, skills और attitude आप में होना चाहिए, and then you will automatically perform really well in whatever career you choose. So the panga with knowledge and skills is that these two elements are added. लेकिन जो attitude होता है वो एक ही ऐसा element होता है जो multiply होता है. So let's take for example कि knowledge में हम 5 on 5 है, 5 on 5 rating है, 5 star मिला हमें. Skills में we'll keep growing, we're continuously enhancing our skills. समझो उसमें 4 on 5 मिले, या समझो उसमें भी आप A1 number 1, so you're 5 on 5 in that also. So 5 plus 5, you're actually a 10 on 10 when it comes to knowledge and skills. But like I said, attitude is the only thing that is multiplied, which means अगर attitude 10 में से अगर attitude आपका 5 है या 0 है, so you will realize that 10 into 0 is equal to 0. So at the end of the day, what really matters is your attitude, the way you look at your job, the way you look at what you're doing in everyday life. So I don't mind कि हम entrepreneurship को as a job बोल दें, no issues. I don't mind कि कोई business को as a job बोले. At the end of the day, it's work, right? तो आपका नजरिया बदलना चाहिए अपने काम के लिए, and that is what makes all the difference. So at the end of the day, what's really important is that when you understand that your work, everybody deals with their work in a very different mind space. अगर for example मेरा एक recent जो मैंने rule बनाया है खुद के काम के लिए, वो है कि if there is any urgent assignment, only that I will do on a Sunday. Else Sunday is for self-development. I want to do everything that can feed my soul and that can help me sort of fuel the fire. Now, if all the days I'm sitting and working, तो वो burnout वाला situation ना बहुत जल्दी आ जाएगा. And मैं आपको एक स्टोरी बताना चाहती हूँ. I was in college जब मेरे प्रिंसिपल, तभी उन्होंने मुझे देख के बोला था कि आप इतना काम कर रहे हो, that's remarkable, but darling, you're going to burn out very, very soon. And I smiled at her. I said, we'll see. And 1 year down the line, मेरे को एक्चुअली लगा कि मैं बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस्ड हो रही हूँ, एंड हर छोटी छोटी चीज में मुझे गुस्सा आ रहा है एंड चिड़चिड़ हो रही है एंड एवरीथिंग. एंड अगेन समबडी सेड कि यू विल गेट बर्नड आउट. तो एक ही सिचुएशन है टू सॉर्ट ऑफ गेट रिड ऑफ दैट बर्नआउट कि नंबर 1, देयर इज नो वर्ड कॉल्ड बर्नआउट इन योर डिक्शनरी. नाउ यू विल प्रोबब्ली लुक एट मी एंड बी लाइक, अच्छा ये कहाँ से खरीदी ऐसे बकवास डिक्शनरी, लाइक obviously burnout is a real thing, right? But it's what you treat yourself, it's what you say to yourself. Like, there's this really beautiful story where a wise old man is telling his grandson ki there are 2 wolves inside us, and they're always fighting. So the grandson is looking at him, he's like, acha 2 wolves hai, बार-बार वो fight कर रहे हैं, तो जीतता कौन है? And the grandpa says that the wolf you feed is the one that will win. And that's so true. The person you tell कि अच्छा ठीक है मेरे को बर्नआउट हो रहा है, मुझे स्ट्रेस हो रहा है, मुझे बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, मुझे ये भी है, मुझे वो भी है, एवरीथिंग, द मोर यू फीड योरसेल्फ विद ऑल दिस इंफॉर्मेशन, यू आर गोइंग टू एक्सेप्ट कि अच्छा ये प्रॉब्लम है, अभी आप ढीठ बन के वैसे ही बस रुक जाते हो कि अच्छा ये प्रॉब्लम है, दिस इज इट, लाइक आई कांट मूव अहेड फ्रॉम हियर. You have to stop telling yourself कि it's a real problem. You have to actually focus on the solution. If you're talking to me about problems every single time that we meet, it's going to bore me. मैं क्या करूँ ये problem का? Tell me that you thought about solution. Tell me that you thought about what to do next. Tell me that you थोड़ा सा brainstorm more about ये problem है क्या चीज? What exactly do I need to work on? So these are some things that you should keep in mind, and all this burnout situation sort of totally goes away from you. And like बहुत बारी ऐसे होता है that like I said, as entrepreneurs, you will always have one good day, one bad day, one day where everything is going opposite, one day where everybody is shouting at you, one day where everybody is sort of acting weird. So there will always be these kind of days also. As a matter of fact, after you complete a couple of years, आपको ये notice होगा कि अभी जैसे मेरे life में it's not days anymore, it's minutes. So a few minutes is very, very good. Right after that, a couple of minutes is as if I'm totally thrown on the floor. Right after that, there are a couple of minutes that immediately pick me up. तो एक पूरे दिन में इतने emotional changes go through करना easy definitely नहीं है. So you have to condition yourself, and your body teaches you how to actually go through the process, क्योंकि आपको पहले दिन पे ना बहुत अच्छी गुड न्यूज हर एक चीज सब आपको अच्छा ही बोलेंगे. आज आप कंपनी स्टार्ट करके देखो, कौन फेसबुक पे कांग्रेचुलेशंस नहीं लिखेगा? One post you'll put 500 people will message saying that, oh very good, I'm so happy for you and all the very best and may you have all the success. Everybody wants this, right? Second day पे आप एक मार्केटिंग पोस्ट डालो, कुछ सेल्स रिलेटेड कुछ पोस्ट डालो, अपने कोई सर्विस के बारे में कुछ डालो. आप देखो 500 लोग जिन्होंने कमेंट किया था उनमें से 5 लोग भी नहीं होंगे जो लाइक करे. So you can imagine that, at the end of the day, you have to realize that there will be one day where you will be very happy. Next day, you will be very sad. Third day, again, some challenge. Fourth day, again, you will be happy. But know that this cycle is a process and it is teaching you big lessons of life. And that is how I learned the very, very hard way. So I want to share, with all the viewers over here, what is the A, B, C, D, and E of your personality. And the only reason I want to share this is क्योंकि as easy as it is, right? हम बच्चों के से ABCD समझाते हैं, A for apple, B for ball. आपको अभी से ये देखना है कि मेरी इमेज इतनी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है टू टेक माय बिजनेस अहेड, कि अभी से A मींस अपीयरेंस, अप्रोच. मैं अपने आप को कैसे कंडक्ट करूं, मैं लोगों से कैसे बात करूं, मैं क्या पहनूं, किस किस्म के कलर्स मुझ पे जचेंगे. How should I walk? How should I stand? How should I sit? How should I give the business card? These are some of the things जो आपको appearance और एक approach में समझ आ जाएगी. At the end of the day, today, most of us, while we are also selling, we are also buying, na? When we are going to, let's say, a grocery store, we'll ask him, let's say, for a mouth freshener, or we'll ask them for an apple. Whatever it is that you're going out to buy. At the end of the day, आप भी कहीं ना कहीं एक कस्टमर बनते हो. अगर बेचने वाला आपके लिए बहुत ही स्वीटली, काइंड हार्टेडली, अच्छे से बात करके आपको ज्यादा ओवरली सेल ना करे और खाली जेंटलमैन अगर बन के कुछ बेचे, आप कैसे मजे में वहीं पर नेक्स्ट टाइम भी वहीं पर जाके कुछ खरीदते हो. How we all have that favorite store, that favorite person, अरे my guy. How we do this? Because we find that kind of trust. Imagine as a seller, how will you approach somebody so that they don't feel like, ignoring you and leaving you away. You need to look at it as if, whoever and whatever be the case, at the end of the day, it is so important to realize how are you as a seller. हम खुद को कभी भी मिरर के सामने रख के ये सब देखते ही नहीं है, समझने की कोशिश ज्यादा करते ही नहीं है, because we feel we are doing it all right. अपना एक वो रिव्यू रखते रहना. Keep making sure that there is always feedback being taken. If somebody is telling you कि अच्छा ये मत करो, ये ऐसे करो, don't get overly aggressive about कि अरे आप ऐसे कैसे बोल सकते हो. Take it, write it, review it, see how much of it is the truth, See how much of it you need to work on. See areas of improvement. Absolutely be ready for everybody's feedback. आपको ना आपके इनिशियल ईयर्स में बहुत सारे मेंटर्स मिलेंगे, बहुत 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 सारे मेंटर्स मिलेंगे. इनफैक्ट हर दूसरे दिन कोई मिलेगा जो आपको एडवाइस दे रहा है. नाउ यू नो हाउ समटाइम्स हमें ऐसा लगता है कि एडवाइस साउंड्स बेस्ट ओनली टू द पर्सन गिविंग देम, बिकॉज कितने लोग कितने सारे एडवाइस हम करेंगे, क्या शुरू कहां से करें, राइट? So the person to give the best advice, do you know who that person is? That's yourself. The person who gives the world's best advice is yourself. Ask yourself ki what is it that you really really want. How many of y'all actually will take a book and write down, what do I want today, what do I want in the next 2 weeks, what do I want in the next 1 month, what do I want by the end of this year, what do I want by the end of 5 years, what do I want at the end of 10 years. बहुत सिंपल सी बात है. वैसे सोचो ना कि मेरे कोई कॉलीग में कोई एक क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं, या कोई रैंडम मेंटर या कंसल्टेंट अपने कोई एक क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं, या हमारे कोई बहुत ही लाइक किसी को हम जो बहुत ज्यादा ट्रस्ट करते हैं, मे बी इमेजिन दैट दैट पर्सन इज आस्किंग यू दिस क्वेश्चन. यू जस्ट इमेजिन दैट एंड सी व्हाट काइंड ऑफ आंसर्स कम आउट ऑफ यू. बट यही अगर मैं आपको बोलूं चलो गोल्स बताओ, what are your goals for the next couple of weeks, for the next couple of months, you will be blank. So what you feed yourself with. For me, I do have a learning disability. मुझे रीडिंग राइटिंग में बहुत टाइम लगता है. जो एक नॉर्मल पर्सन को कुछ सेकंड लगेंगे, वो सेम चीज फॉर मी टेक्स मिनट्स. सो it's just that you have to feed yourself. So I've never told myself that I have any bit of a problem or I have any bit of something that is not helping me achieve the success. I sort of fight everything. That is why मैं खुद को तो एक जो अगर शब्द होगा जो मुझे बेस्ट डिफाइन करता हो, that word for me is that I'm unstoppable. Nothing will stop me. I will achieve everything that I want. Whatever I set my mind to, I will get it. एक बहुत ही प्यारी सी चीज मेरी मदर ने मुझे couple of days back बोली थी, because I was again one of those low phases, and she just looked at me and she sort of shook my shoulders, जैसे like those Bollywood movies, and she shakes my shoulders and she's telling me, what happened to you, are you okay? I said, yeah, देखो ये कॉल पे ऐसे बोल रहे हैं, वो ऐसे हो गया वैसे हो गया and everything. She said, 1 second, relax, sit down, understand one thing, whatever you touch turns to gold. You're full of value, you're full of impact, you're full of positivity. Think the way Mihika Bhanot will do it, and do it. And trust me, 1-2 second के लिए मुझे actually लगा कि imagine if I remove the Mihika out of Mihika Bhanot and sort of she's in front of me, and what would she do? She as the consultant, she as in my mind the world's best consultant, what will she do? So what you feed yourself is what's going to help you out in your business journey. Don't show people that you're underconfident. Don't show people that you don't know how to do certain things. Yeah, always be open to feedback. If you really don't know anything, you can absolutely say, what, maybe this is an area I missed out. Allow me some time. I will read about it and definitely speak with you the next time we meet. Matlab ki, give me my time. I'm human too. There could be a lot of things I don't know. But again, the problem in people is that even you don't know what you don't know. Think about it. I don't know what I don't know. So today, whatever I know, I'm very happy about. And if somebody is teaching me something, I'm very excited about it. Another thing that you should absolutely keep in mind is that look for problems that make your heart smile. I know a lot of people will sort of hear this and be like, okay, what does this mean? For example, what ticks my brains, what gets my heart pumping are problems जो मैंने देखी और मेरे को solve करनी है. कुछ ऐसे problems जो बहुत exciting होते हैं. Like for example, आपको मालूम है मैं training और development में क्यों technically घुसी? ऐसे नहीं है कि अच्छा दुनिया में बहुत कम trainers है और अगर एक मीका बनो trainer बन जाए तो मतलब दुनिया के सारे problems बिल्कुल solve हो जाएंगे. I became a trainer because there was this one time, long time back, when I was not even an image consultant. I was just getting trained by somebody very influential. And I was not sitting in that room to learn what she was saying. I was just sitting to observe her, क्योंकि I had anyway missed a couple of sessions उनकी, और मैं खाली थोड़ा कैच अप करने की कोशिश कर रही थी कि एग्जैक्टली हो क्या रहा है. एंड आई रियलाइज्ड कि मैं कहीं से भी शुरू करूं, मुझे कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा था कि ये ट्रेनर क्या बोल रही है एंड मेरे को कैसे अफेक्ट करेगा, मुझे इम्पैक्ट कैसे करेगा. एंड आई एम जस्ट लुकिंग, आई वाज ब्लैंक, मुझे कुछ नहीं समझा. सो दैट इज व्हेन आई डिसाइडेड कि व्हाट, मेरे मन में मैं ऐसे ही सोच रही थी कि बहन बैठ जाओ, I will get up and I will do your job for you. Let me at least try. It was my urge to do something which was supposed to be done the right way, but was not. वो अंदर से एक आग होती है ना कि यार, I don't think you're understanding how to do it. You sit down, I will do it for you. कभी-कभी, for example, if some of you are good at drawing, और अगर आप किसी को सामने देख के, मतलब you can see that somebody is trying to draw. हम जैसे अच्छे से like सीनरी जैसे टिपिकल सीनरी बनाते हैं, वो उसमें भी सिंपल से चीज में भी कर नहीं पा रहे, तो कैसे अंदर से लगता है ना कि यार छोड़ दो बाबा, आई विल डू इट. सो हाउ we don't like to, like we feel responsible to art, that okay, let's just do it the right way instead of messing something so simple up. So that is how I actually thought of becoming a trainer, क्योंकि मैंने एक ट्रेनर को देखा जो बिल्कुल मेरे साथ वो रेजोनेट नहीं कर पा रहे थे. एंड आई फेल्ट कि यार मुझे नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, तो ऐसे भी हो सकता है ना कि जो 50 लोग बैठे हुए हैं उनमें से 2-4 लोगों को नहीं समझ में आ रहा हो, हम जैसे लोगों का क्या. दैट इज व्हाई माय ट्रेनिंग मेथोडोलॉजी वाज एक्चुअली मोल्डेड बाय द वे दैट आई सॉ कि क्या करना चाहिए और क्या नहीं करना चाहिए. एवरीथिंग विजुअल, एवरीथिंग प्रैक्टिकल. तो आपके प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में भी आप बहुत बार ऐसे you can also keep noticing the things that you don't like, noticing the things that you do like. Keep a list of this ready and work according to that. Like, I'll tell you one more thing. If you ask me what's my favorite hobby, and actually it sounds very weird because nobody really probably has this in their hobby. I love to go on long drives. Like, my actual real happiness and excitement is when I'm actually in a car ड्राइविंग थ्रू अ बिजनेस बे, जहां पर बहुत बड़े बड़े ऑफिसेज हैं, बड़े बड़े नाम हैं, बड़े बड़े बोर्ड्स हैं, like international brands, everything. That is when my heart smiles. Like, I feel so excited, as if have you seen a dog sticking its face out of a car and doing like sort of breathing heavily and sort of just being excited about life? That is probably my expression when I am crossing a business bay. I feel so excited to see these big names, because under I feel like, yeah, that is, these are the companies that I want as my client. That level of excitement, see what motivates you, see what makes you happy, see what you really want to achieve, and dheere choti cheezein. Like, today I'm able to tell you about this favorite pastime of mine because बहुत बार ऐसे हुआ है कि मैंने ये situation को experience की है और मेरे को अच्छा लगा है. So on day one, you cannot tell कि अच्छा ठीक है, I like this, I like that, and I'm going to do this only. Experiment, explore, move out, just challenge the challenges. Look at them in the eye and face it. Like, that's when you'll know that you're doing something right. Keep validating yourself. That is very important. So there'll always be every chance, for people to look at you and be like, यार ये तो नहीं होने वाला इनसे, इसको तो कुछ भी नहीं आता है, क्या करेंगे. So I had a communication problem. पता है, कुछ लोग जैसे हम बड़े होते जाते हैं, most of our friend circles जो 10 बच्चे थे, एकदम से 4 बच्चे, 2 बच्चे, now like how we make our friend circles. जब हम बचपन में इतने सारे friends बनाते थे, आज गिनती के कुछ 4-10 friend होंगे हर एक के, right? So as a kid also, I always had the least number of friends. In fact, there was a time I didn't have friends at all. क्योंकि I was always that kid जिसको बर्थडे पे नहीं बुलाते थे, या मतलब जिससे लोग बहुत embarrass होते थे, because you must have heard some people वो stammer करके बात करते हैं, रुक के बात करते हैं, बहुत सारे words twist करके बोलते हैं. So I had that problem, and as a matter of fact, I still do have that problem. Now ये अलग बात है, आप ये चीज notice नहीं कर पाओगे because there's a lot of work that goes into grooming yourself. So for me, it was more like, अगर मैं खुद को groom कर पाऊँ तो दुनिया को कर पाऊंगी. I'm that difficult a client. खुद की पहले क्लाइंट बन गई है, खुद को इतना ज्यादा सिखाया कि at the end of the day there was nothing stopping me. There was nothing to look at me and be like, यार तुमको तो क्या ही मालूम होगा. Today I can look at every situation and be like, ask me, you'll know what I'm talking about. Today there is not a single question which I feel like I shouldn't have an answer for. If I don't have an answer for it, I will look that up and I will find something out. But if there's a problem that excites me, I'll do everything in my capacity to make it happen. Or that is called passion. So have a crazy, mad kind of a drive that sort of makes you want to do what you love to do always. And that's exactly what I hope that लोग समझ पाए अपनी जर्नी में. So शुरुआत बहुत मुश्किल होने वाली है, but these are the 4 questions you can ask yourself. The first one is that does anybody need the job that you're going to be doing? Like for example, if I'm designing dresses, is there a need for it? So आप मन में बोलोगे obviously there is a need. मतलब everybody likes designer dresses, everybody likes colorful clothes, everybody likes customization, everybody likes buying new things and everything. So yes, there's definitely a need. Okay. Question number 2. If somebody tells you ki listen, tomorrow for this you're not going to get paid, okay, will you still get up and go for that job? Will you still get up and do it? If something inside you says कि नहीं यार क्या इसके पैसे भी नहीं मिल रहे, कौन जाएगा, नहीं जाना. So if there is already a there's already a resistance over there, you'll realize कि it's not really something that drives you. ये आजकल वाला चीज है जो आप बहुत जल्दी इस चीज से बोर हो जाओगे. आपने देखा होगा कितने हमारे दोस्त ये बोलते हैं कि बोर हो गया यार, ये करना नहीं है और काम, because it's not their body part yet. Image consulting for me is like my body part. I can't do without any of my fingers. I can't do without even one part not being in my body, right? It's my body part. It's what I sort of take with me every single day of my life. I breathe it, and I believe in this thing very strongly. You have to breathe your business to breed your business. So like how breathing is an essence of life. अभी यही नाक मुंह बंद कर लो, फिर मिलना मुझे 4 दिन बाद, पॉसिबल ही नहीं होगा, राइट? सो ब्रीदिंग इज लाइक it's necessary for life. Forget essence, it is necessary, right? The same thing for business. You need to breathe your business. It means that you need to be out there, you need to think about it all the time. As an image consultant, think about every company that I can be in. I can think about any place that I can be associated with. I can think about a lot of reasons why I still want to do what I want to do. Technically, it's been a good 11 years of me practicing as personality development. As somebody who's just ventured and sort of dedicated their whole life into grooming people, grooming businesses, helping people. So it's a part of your nature, it's a part of you. It's not going to change. कल अगर मुझे कोई नींद से भी जगा के बोले ना कि अच्छा देखो 10 मिनट में आपकी कोई ट्रेनिंग है, मैं फिर भी जल्दी से उठ के मैं वही ट्रेनिंग ऐसे धमाकेदार उसको करके एग्जीक्यूट करूंगी कि लोग एक्चुअली शॉक हो जाए कि लोग ऐसे हैं क्या, 10 मिनट में बिल्कुल उठ के ट्रेनिंग दे पाए. Find something that makes you madly in love with it. You will never want to leave it. So business is like that. Like I said, even after all these situations, for me, my Sunday is important, because just like how every car, sort of goes from point A to point B, it also has a brake now. It also has a clutch. It also has, the accelerator. So there's a reason why the car has a brake. Otherwise, car तो चलती रहेगी, फिर एक दिन में वो खाई में भी गिर सकती है ना. ब्रेक बहुत जरूरी होता है. So for you, those breaks are key, very simple discipline. When you're at home, dedicate 2 hours of just reading. Like I know in my background, you can probably see loads of books. Explore reading. Explore what it feels like to talk somebody else's language. Explore what other people are doing. Explore through different Forbes magazines. आपको पता है मैंने कितने भी Forbes magazines देखे होंगे. My one and only goal is that I want to be in Forbes की 30 under 30. So imagine that I got that as a goal only because I was seeing so many people in Forbes and I was just like, wow, they could do it, means I तो definitely can try now. I am absolutely okay with failing. No problem. Failure is a part of life. It is going to happen. There is no two words to it. But I am not okay with not trying. I want to try. I want to know कि मैंने knowingly और intentionally उस चीज को ना बोला है. पता नहीं if you noticed, but एक movie थी जो बीच में आई थी. It was the name was Key and Ka. You must have seen. Kareena Kapoor and Arjun Kapoor थे वहाँ उस movie में. And Arjun Kapoor बोलते हैं that I'm an MBA and well, I've finished all this business studies and everything, and my father is a business tycoon and all of that. तो करीना कपूर उनको देख के बोलती है कि अरे आपको तो इतनी इजीली आप ये काम हैंडल कर पाते थे, तो एमबीए क्यों किया? अगर पहले से मालूम था कि आपको फादर की बिजनेस में करना नहीं था कुछ भी, तो एमबीए किया क्यों? His response, I don't know if you remember, but that line will always be stuck in my head. He says कि मैंने एमबीए तब किया जब मैंने डिसाइड कर लिया था कि मैं एमबीए का कुछ नहीं करने वाला. मेरे को किसी ने प्रेशराइज नहीं किया, बट आई ओनली डिड इट टू नो कि ऐसा क्या है ये चीज में. मैं उसको करके ना बोलने वाला था. पहले से ना बोल देता तो लोग देख के यही बोलते ना कि तेरे को करना ही नहीं था, इसलिए बहाने बना रहे हो बस. करके ना बोलने का इंप्रेशन ही कुछ और था. And imagine that is one thing that sort of stayed with me. Do it and then say no. You have all the time in the world. आपको पता है, couple of days ago I had a meeting with the global head of a very big company. उस मीटिंग में वो मुझे देख के बोलते हैं कि मेरे ना 18 साल की एक बेटा है एंड इतना यूजलेस है, वो कुछ काम नहीं करता कुछ भी. मतलब आज के एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, मतलब 12 साल की 13 साल की, लाइक आई वाज 13 व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड वर्किंग. इज लुकिंग इज लाइक 13 साल की उम्र में आपने बिजनेस शुरू किया था. मेरा तो 18 साल का बेटा है एंड कुछ भी नहीं कर रहा है, ऐसे फ्रेंड्स के साथ बाहर जा रहा है और गप्पे लड़ा रहा है और चिल मार रहा है एंड दोस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. सो व्हाट डू आई टेल हिम? एंड आई सेड बट व्हाट्स योर हरी, व्हाट्स योर प्रॉब्लम? वो तो खाली 18 साल का है, व्हाट्स द इशू? He's like, no, but you started at 13. I said, but there are also kids who started at 6 years age. आपको मालूम है कितने यूट्यूबर्स हैं जिन्होंने खाली यूट्यूब वीडियो से मिलियंस कमाए? So many people, they're just minting money at a very, very young age. I know so many billionaires, okay, जो करोड़ों में रोज कमाते हैं. So many billionaires who are under the age of 25 years of age. Isn't that really, really shocking कि ये लोग करते कैसे हैं? So while there are also such people, there are also going to be people who are going to be like, who think of an idea only when they're 50 years of age. Or like for example Ray Kroc, McDonald's ka mastermind. He was the person who started McDonald's. He started it. उनको वो यूरेका मोमेंट तब आया when he was 50 years of age. मतलब 50 साल की उम्र में उनको ये लगा कि चलो मैं एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एक्सप्लोर किया जा सकता है. तो सोचो, there will be nothing that will be too early or too late. Today also there are so many people, so many influencers who say ki, how old are you when you start? Somebody says 27, somebody says 35, somebody says 37, somebody says 40. It's like, yeah, but you're young enough ना, आप चल फिर सकते हो, आप बात कर सकते हो, आप लिख सकते हो, आप देख सकते हो, आप सुन सकते हो, आपके सेंसेस सब बराबर है ना. प्रॉब्लम क्या है? Till you are living, you can really, really live. Think about what I just said. Till you're living, you can really, really live your life. Don't just focus कि आज मेरे को survival पे जीना है बस. Survival तो आज मतलब वो रोटी कपड़ा मकान वाला situation है. 3 चीजें हैं तो बस चुपचाप घर पे रखो, जॉब करते रहो और उसी में खुश रहना एक responsibility हो जाती है. You need to understand that making your life worth living is also all in your hands. And that is why I keep telling people that it's important to look within, it's important to brainstorm, it's important to meet people who can inspire you. It is important कि आप वो जानो जो आपको अभी तक पता नहीं हो. It is important that you travel, it is important that you explore, it is important that you talk to more people, it is important that you participate. कितने लोग पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, इतने मैराथन्स होते हैं. आपको मालूम है मैराथन्स are one of the biggest ways to actually network with people. आपको मालूम है there are so many conferences happening, so many events happening around us. How many of us actually go and participate in these events? So you will realize that everything is like an opportunity around you. हम किस अपॉर्चुनिटी को कब ग्रैब करते हैं is what makes or breaks us. And that brings me to the B of the ABCDE I was talking about, your body language. You know, when somebody is talking, बहुत बारी ऐसे होता है कि हम उनको आई कॉन्टैक्ट भी नहीं देते. आप आई कॉन्टैक्ट देख के तो देखो. Look at people in the eye and talk to them. Talk to them with a smile. Talk to them by nodding your head. Talk to them by actually showing good listening skills. Just see that people love to talk, but if you can just listen to what they're saying, you will realize that you will learn so much about what you could do about your life. And trust me, I love talking, and I genuinely love listeners also. But for me also, there are going to be so many times, and there have been so many times, that I'm only on the listening end of a conversation. लोग ये समझ रहे होंगे कि मैं बोर हो रही हूँ या कुछ भी. I am that person whose listening skills are a different level only. If you're probably speaking in one corner of the room, I know exactly what you're saying. I can understand exactly what you're saying, and I'll respond to it that way. People will find you more approachable, more presentable, more like them if you just give them, you know, a ear to listen to, because that's what people need. देखो, दो कान है और एक मुंह है, तो सिंपल रेशियो है, ज्यादा सुनो और कम बोलो. Even my training style is like that, you know. It's very few times that, you know, I am the only one talking. In a training, I actually am the person who gets people to talk. I do a very interactive way of discussing and sort of working it out together. That's my style. And I realized this one thing, that when people are talking, you're learning the most. So there are times that I actually, you know, carry my chota sa book where I'm just sitting and making notes. Dheere dheere chote chote notes. Just trying to learn, just trying to explore. What is it that I don't know yet? You know, recently I started this thing ki WhatsApp pe, I made a group. I added my sister to it and then I removed her so that पूरे ग्रुप में खाली मैं, वो एक ही ग्रुप पे मैंने उसको पिन करके रखा हुआ है. और मेरे WhatsApp ग्रुप पे जिसमें खाली मैं हूँ, उसमें मैं हर एक छोटी छोटी चीज लिखती हूँ जो मुझे लगता है बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है, यू नो, फॉर एनीथिंग. एज अ मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट, ऐसे कोई एक ब्लॉग होगा जो मैं मेरे को बाद में पढ़ना हो, अभी मैं बिजी हूँ या कुछ ऐसे, तो आई विल ऑलवेज कॉपी पेस्ट एंड सेंड इट ऑन दैट ग्रुप सो दैट आई कैन गो बैक टू इट एंड रीड इट अगेन. Most of my important notes are on that group, so I can always just scroll, read, learn. You know, there needs to be some record of how, what can I go back to. अगर मैं आज आपको पूछूं कि अच्छा ठीक है, how was your morning, अभी आपको जैसा लग रहा है आप उस हिसाब से मुझे बताओगे कि आपका मॉर्निंग कैसा है. अगर मैं आपको मॉर्निंग में पूछती थी कि हाउ वाज योर मॉर्निंग, बी लाइक इतना बेकार ना, ऐसे ये कॉल ऐसे फिर वैसे अच्छा पता है ऐसे भी हो गया वैसे भी हो गया. You know, what you feel in the moment is what you will define your entire journey like. अगर आज मेरा मूड अच्छा हो तो मैं आपको मेरी जर्नी के सारे अच्छे अच्छे हाइलाइट्स बताऊं. अच्छा मूड ना हो तो यू नो चैलेंजेस बताती रहूं. So you see, everything depends on what you feel, and that is why it is important to be able to behave in a certain way so that you can always be pleasant and presentable to people that you meet, interact with, and in future want to work with. So be a very, very good listener to people. Nod, smile, acknowledge, ask questions. The best way to get people interested in you is to ask questions to them. Like I said, people love talking and sharing experiences. जितने questions पूछोगे उतने ज़्यादा लोग आपको you know बताना चाहेंगे, अपनी experience share करना चाहेंगे और आपको और सिखाना चाहेंगे. You have to be smart enough to sort of, you know, filter out the information and use whatever is required. But that is your job, not theirs. Don't expect people to treat you the way you want to be treated. Only you know how you would like to be treated. And that is why leave that job only to yourself. Don't expect from people, you know, because most of the time it leads to disappointment. It's important that you realize what is it that I like and how will I mold it. That way you look more stronger. So the B for body language is always about looking confident, keeping your back straight, giving a smile, keeping your chin literally as per shoulder length, and talking absolutely with full confidence, and the fact that you're thinking empowerment, you're thinking growth, you're thinking a big vision. This is important because people somewhere miss this out, and just always keep that in mind. The way you sit, बहुत बारी ऐसा होता है that if you have a very lazy way of sitting or behaving, it sort of gives the very wrong impression. Business cards, always keep your business cards with you, especially if you're first time entrepreneurs. It's important that people have an identity. बहुत बारी ऐसा होता है कि when I miss out taking my business card places, I'll usually tell people that, why do you need a business card? I mean, you should remember this face, that's my logo. You should remember my voice, that's my pitch. And if you remember me, that's good enough. I mean, what are you going to do with a card? So that is only when I have, missed it out to sort of take my card. Otherwise, a card is very necessary. People need to, at some point, it's just a way that you greet people. You'll realize जब आप cards भी exchange करते हो, अगर कोई आपको card दे रहा है, you should stand up and take it with both the hands. If you're giving your card, again, stand up, give it with both the hands. Respect it. Show respect through non-verbal communication. You'll realize how much nicer you feel and how much nicer you're making people feel. That brings me to C, which is communication. The A, B, C, D, E wala jo C hai is what is communication. Your tone, your pitch, what you say, how you say it. These are some things that I'm sure you already know this. कि communication बहुत important. इतना umbrella term है कि everybody today is going on YouTube or is going on different learning platforms to learn कि communication कैसे और effective हो सकेगी. Yeah, how do I sound more confident? So the best way to sound confident is talk in a loud volume, firstly. और ऐसे नहीं कि आप चीख के बात करो. Basically talk in the exact same tone of the other person talking. So let's take, for example, XYZ is talking in this tone. You follow the exact same tone and sort of, repeat it in that volume. If somebody is talking softly, you talk softly but with full confidence. You can even talk softly with full confidence. Try it and trust me, it's going to work. If somebody is talking loudly, then you make sure that you're also matching up with their volume. Or if that's annoying you, what you could do is you could slightly go a pace lower, a volume lower, and you're giving more assertive conversation. And also at some point, speaking slowly or even mentioning it. Ki, maybe we should sort of turn the volume down. It's probably going to bother other people. That's the way you can take something up like that. Like I said, ye confidence hai. It's not being rude. There are two differences between rude and assertiveness. रूड मतलब आप जानबूझ के कुछ ऐसा बोल रहे हो जो किसी को हर्ट हो रहा है. असर्टिवनेस ये एक ऐसी चीज होती है जो आपको वैसे भी बोलनी ही होगी, नहीं बोलोगे तो कुछ अलग तिकड़म सा हो जाएगा. एंड रूड इज एक्चुअली एज इफ you know the end result. Assertiveness में there will only be a very the right person looking at the situation will very intentionally look at कि अच्छा ठीक है positive है यार, मतलब it's not something that somebody is trying to be rude or negative for no reason. Assertive conversation is when you're strong about what you're saying and you mean it, and you're just being straightforward. So straightforwardness does not mean that you're negative. Straightforward just means that that's my personality. I am like that. I am truthful. I am somebody who says it out loud. Absolutely. Bold and loud. So these are some things that form a personality. You have to very intentionally have to think about कि कैसे मेरी personality बाहर जा रही है. लोग क्या सोच रहे हैं मेरे पर्सनालिटी के बारे में. You actually have to think of yourself as the mirror of your own image, and that is what is going to make all the difference. When you can be your own critique is when you will realize that there is always going to be scope of improvement, right? So that's bringing me to digital footprinting, which means your online presence. Online presence मतलब जैसे आज हम एक online platform पे बात कर रहे हैं, right? Like, we're discussing things virtually. So in an online platform, बहुत बारी ऐसा होता है that you somewhere feel a little कि does this person not know how to present themselves? ये कैसे बात कर रहे हैं? Like कितने rude है ये? या थोड़े से presentable हो सकते थे. Like maybe a little grooming, और इनसे बात करके अच्छा लगा या इनसे बात करके बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं लगा, मतलब I just didn't find that kind of a vibe. Why does that happen? When there is something about somebody's personality जो आपको सूट नहीं की, right? We somewhere feel कि there is some kind of a vibe between two people, right? Like if I feel like there's a vibe between somebody, I'll want to be more excited and want to learn more about their journey. कोई अगर continuously बात किए जा रहा है and I have to just keep quiet and listen, then it's going to be a little bit of an, I'm going to get bored, and I hate getting bored. So I'm sure nobody will say मुझे बोर होना बड़ा अच्छा लगता है and everything, right? We all hate it. We all absolutely hate being bored and irritated by people, correct? So the best way to avoid it would be to just be the person you want to you aspire to be always. Like so many people inspire me on a day-to-day basis. Usually I think of it कि ये task अगर XYZ person ने complete की होती तो उन्होंने कैसे की होती, and I would basically try to mold it the Mihika way and then do it. So again, something that is really a game changer and definitely will help you out a lot. As for the digital footprinting, to add in another point over here, what becomes very important is to realize that, are you Googleable? I repeat, are you Googleable? Which means today, if I put your name on Google, am I going to see really cool results? Am I going to want to watch this person on screen again? Will I want to speak with this person? Does this person's personality woo me? Do I like what I see? Simple question. So if you're Googleable, it's basically, saying that, are you somebody who is a great personality to look at or to be with? That is what it means when I say, are you Googleable? Can I find you and can I really, really like you? I usually love saying this. It's like when you're around with people, I feel like, every time I blink, it's like I'm clicking a picture of you in my mind. And every time you're speaking, I feel like I'm watching a video. So the real question is, am I going to like to watch this video again? Am I going to go back on these images again? So if my answer is yes, absolutely, such a pleasant personality, I definitely would love to see this person again, or I definitely would love to hear this person again. So it is something that has given me a good impression. So you always think of it in this way, people are always going to judge. People are always judging. People are already doing things that you don't want them to do. It is a given. It's subconscious, and it's not it's anything bad. It's a given. Today you look at somebody who's worn torn and tattered clothes, you'll not want to trust them, right? आप in fact अपने bags चीजें सब अपने पास रखोगे, आपको लगेगा वो चोर है. But somebody who's neatly, formally dressed, very sharp, very well spoken, suddenly you feel like, अरे हाँ यार, इनसे बात की जा सकती है. Maybe this is more like my person. You understanding what I'm saying? So your presence really matters, because when was the last time you walked out, of your house without wearing any clothes? I mean, we'll all wear clothes, right? We're always going to have a presence. We're always going to be presenting ourselves. So why not do it right from the first day onwards? So digital presence really means ना ऐसे नहीं है कि आपको digital marketing में बार-बार invest करना पड़ेगा, पैसे डालने पड़ेंगे ताकि आपको एक बहुत अच्छा profile मिले. No, you can really, I've till date never put a single rupee in digital marketing in my entire life. Whatever you see on Google is self-done. It is done by colleagues, it is done by team members, it is done most of the times by me, it is done by press, it is done with, with people around. You'll never see that there is an actual agency who's sitting and putting things about me and everything. You'll never see me sitting and invest in that, because again, no other reason, but there is genuinely no time to look into that currently. My current goals are very different. In your case, what I'm really talking about is that, have a Facebook account, if not a page. Page is the best, but you can have a Facebook account. You can have an Instagram account. You can have a LinkedIn account. Is mandatory for all of you. Why I say mandatory? It's because so much of my business is what I get from LinkedIn. Do you know how cool that is? Just by being present there, by आपको पता है, same meetings अगर आपको actually call उठाकर करनी पड़े, Do you know how much time that could take, how much effort and time it could take? But the same person who's your connection on LinkedIn can very easily just get in touch with you, and you can do business with them so much faster. Connect with people, network with people. But when will they network and connect? Will they do it if you have no DP? Imagine no DP matlab somebody who's walking up to you but without a head. Will you trust a headless man? Will you trust somebody who is, I mean, that person's going to look like a ghost, right? Why will I want a ghost to be associated with me ever? Forget the future. Why even now? So everything you have to look at in a very practical sense. If somebody wants to be associated with me, they'll be associated when they have some work with me. How to excite them about that work? Keep putting blogs. Keep putting things that you believe in. ऐसे नहीं कि politically बहुत incorrect है तो मुझे डालना चाहिए क्योंकि मुझे politics में घुसता है and everything. Nothing like that. Be relevant to your role, to your goal, and to the event, to the occasion, to the place you're in. So that brings me to your ethics and etiquette. Ethics and etiquette is the E part of A, B, C, D, E. And the E part is nothing but, अभी etiquette होती क्या चीज है? You know, जब हम लोगों को बोलते हैं कि I wish, if you could probably work on your etiquette. So, sometimes we also feel कि what is this? Like, this person is doing so well in life, but their etiquette is absolute zero. So, or we feel, nice personality and everything because, they take such good care of you. It is about your etiquettes. Like, for example, very few people actually pull out the chair for you. Very few people actually serve you first, and then they will take their food later. Very few people actually ask you questions like, how was your day? Very few people actually help you out, even if it is as simple as keeping your bag on the chair. Very few people will make you comfortable by asking, will you have some water? These are some very chotu things, but very big things when it comes to image. So when your image is something that, is dainty, delicate, but sophisticated, everybody respects you because you're sophisticated. And who doesn't want to be sophisticated in today's day and age, right? Everybody wants to feel rich, feel powerful, feel great about themselves. Gone are the days when we बैठ के बस रोते रहे ये नहीं हुआ वो नहीं हुआ चलो चुपचाप बैठो, take all the offense and take it all in. Today it's time to be able to like I said, challenges. Look at them in the eye and just do what it takes. Do what it takes. That's as simple as I could put this in. So that is why I wanted to cover the A to E for you so that you can always keep this little tips in mind. That's really something that will help you at least get started to manage your image in a very easy manner. So this was a little bit on how do you sort of take care of your image? How do you participate in different kind of events that can help you portray the right image? Keep networking with people. You will always find people like whom you want to become. Today, I am managing over 8 big businesses, like as if they are like my own companies. I'm partnered in these 8 companies. Now 9 companies. Do you know, apart from these 9 companies, I'm working with over 112 corporate companies. And with all of these companies, I feel like, yaar, ye sare mere firms hai. I want to take care of it as if like a nanny is taking care of a baby. जब बच्चा रोता है हम क्या करते हैं, उसको एक साइड पे बिठा के बस भाग जाते हैं? खुद का बच्चा है ना, हमें क्या करना है? We want to feed it, we want to take care of it, we want to clean it, we want to be there for it. रोता है तो हमें उनको मतलब गेम्स खेलने हैं, उनको सुलाना है, उनको चुप कराना है. We don't just leave it, we don't just give up. So when you don't give up on your own baby, what's stopping you when it is your own company? Technically your company is your baby, it's your first baby. So think about what I just said and you will realize that कितनी importance है आपको अपने काम को देखना चाहिए. Your work is not कि अच्छा ठीक है, oh God, today yet again I have to do the same thing and all. Every successful story is a 5-year journey. And you have to start your 5 days someday. And I repeat, you have to start your 5 days someday. Because the truth is, your 5 years wala successful journey has not started yet. You will only start it when you actually sit with yourself to chalk out a plan and stick to that plan. Till you don't stick to a ready plan that you know works, do not say that you started your 5 years. Till you have not gone out to explore, till you have not had the guts to face the challenges, do not say that your 5 years has started. मेरे 5 साल की शुरुआत में मैंने बहुत ही इंटेंशनली खुद को बोला था कि चलो यार, टुडे I want to start doing this. This is my initiative. I want to do this. I want to do that. I started and I did. That was as simple as that. I didn't just decide कि अच्छा ठीक है, कल से करेंगे, मंडे से करेंगे, फ्राइडे से करेंगे, सैटरडे आ रहा है. You don't just set it on a day. You just feel it and you do it. करो तो आज कर सको, ना करो तो 10 महीने तक ना करो, 10 साल तक ना करो. So see what drives you. See what you really want to establish. See what you really want to do. Pick a date and just start. And then don't give up. For 4 years and 364 days, don't you dare complain that this has not worked out. 5 साल एक्चुअली कंप्लीट करने के बाद फिर मुझे आके बोलो कि नहीं काम किया. Do it and then reject it. Don't not do it and assume कि नहीं कुछ काम नहीं हो रहा. Like I said, 4 years and 364 days, nobody will say a word to you. The minute you complete 5 years, you look at me in the eye and say, I have failed. Because that is impossible. You will not. 5 साल जो आपने consistently किया है ना, because you've done the right thing, because you planned it, because you did, you stuck to it, you will realize that you've changed your life 360 degrees. That is what I did. Trust me, I'm saying this today. My company is 5.5 years old. Literally, till 4 years and 9 months, I was struggling. Struggling means absolutely in a mental mess. What am I doing? How will I do it? How to do this? I want to do that. I was so confused. Imagine, after completing 4 years and 9 months in my own company, the last 1 year for me has been nothing short of a dream. When I completed 5 years and the last 6 months, जो मैंने सीखा है मेरी कंपनी से, I don't think I have ever learned even since the last 6 years. And I'm in business since 11 years. I started when I was all of 13 years of age, जहां पर मैं 3 से 8 साल के बच्चों को ना पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट सिखाती थी, यूट्यूब से लर्न कर करके. अलग अलग वीडियोस देखती थी, लोगों से बात करती थी, लर्न करती थी, अपने पॉइंट्स जॉट आउट करती थी, स्क्रिप्ट देख देख के लोगों को पढ़ाती थी कि अच्छा ये मिस नहीं होना चाहिए. वो पीपीटी का भी टाइम नहीं था. आई जस्ट वांटेड टू टीच, आई जस्ट वांटेड टू हेल्प पीपल. एक दिन एक प्रिंसिपल ने, प्री स्कूल वाली प्रिंसिपल ने मुझे देख लिया. उन्होंने बोला कि हाँ, आई हर्ड आप बच्चों को बता रहे थे कि प्लीज बोलो, सॉरी बोलो, थैंक यू बोलो. उस दिन मैं ना बच्चों को मैजिक वर्ड सिखा रही थी. मैं डांसिंग क्लास ले रही थी, मैं बच्चों को मैजिक वर्ड सिखा रही थी बिकॉज मैंने उनके लिए कुछ कैंडीज ली थी. एंड दैट टीचर टेलिंग मी कि मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगा कि आपने बच्चों को प्लीज, सॉरी, थैंक यू, एक्सक्यूज मी, वेलकम, ये सब सिखाया. एक काम करोगे, 2 घंटे का वर्कशॉप ले पाओगे क्या? I think that one conversation with that one teacher changed the way I look at my business today. Changed what I did in my life today. I would have still just been a Zumba trainer, a Zumba instructor, a dancing teacher. Because that day, वो बच्चों ने वो मेरे को, like I said, I didn't have friends. So when those kids used to call me ना दीदी दीदी दीदी, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता था. I used to feel like, okay, I found friends in these little babies. Let me teach these babies, at least they will look and smile at me. I'll make their day, they'll make my day. So being so many years in the business, today what I have learned as a rule is that don't give up ever, ever. You're unstoppable. Nobody gets to tell you what to do. You do it anyway. You do it every day. And you do it till your 5-year ends. After your 5 years, you make new set of goals. You do it again. But look at it 5 years and on. Don't think about it कि अच्छा ठीक है 5 साल, कौन 5 साल तक मैं एक ही चीज कैसे करूं? अच्छा भाई, तो अगर 5 साल तक भी नहीं होता है तो भूल जाओ कि 50 साल तक आपकी कोई भी कंपनी होगी. हमें तो लेगेसी बनानी है ना. लेगेसी कौन एक दिन में थोड़ी बनाते. People do the same thing for years. So forget that a legacy is made in a day or two. It is years of experience. Today, those people who made a legacy have made it over years of experience. But I am exactly of your generation who thinks कि आज काम किया ना तो मुझे आज ही success चाहिए. I am not going to wait for tomorrow. I am not going to wait for 10 years down the line. I am not going to wait for 5 years also. Please don't tell me to wait. Nobody is asking you to wait. I'm just asking you to do one thing that is getting you closer to your goal every single day of your life. You do every single day the one thing that is taking you closer to your goals. And just shut up and do it. And I'm saying this as if think of me as a friend who's trying to help you. I didn't have a voice telling me this. I just realized that this is important. So I made that into a voice and I'm trying to help as many people out. मैं आपसे आज बात कर रही हूँ. In my mind, I'm feeling like this is still relevant to me also. Because everybody at all times, they're always learning. They're always growing. They're always wanting to lead. Nobody wants to just do business for the sake of earning money. We want everything. Why not? Ask yourself this now. I mean, if you ask me, I will tell you, I don't want the cake. I want the cherry on the top. I want the whole bakery also. I want as many bakeries of the same cake. But I want it all. What's the problem? There's nothing wrong in wanting it all. What's wrong is that you're not working towards wanting it all. Dreams are still going to be dreams when you go to sleep. Dreams are still going to be things you will always want if you don't physically do it. When you're physically working on your dreams, you'll realize you're going to have new dreams. You're going to sort of enhance the old dreams. You're going to keep doing things that make you better. करते रहो करते रहो करते रहो करते रहो, रुको ही मत. Put your blinkers on. जैसे घोड़ों को नहीं हम वो blinkers लगाते हैं कि वो लेफ्ट राइट ना देख पाए, खाली सीधा देखे. 5 साल तक खाली सीधा देखो. रोज वो एक ऐसी चीज करो जो आपको मोटिवेट करे, जो आपको ड्राइव करे, जो आपकी गाड़ी में वो फ्यूल डाले. और डालते रहो क्योंकि ये गाड़ी रुकने नहीं वाली है. एटलीस्ट 5 साल तक तो बढ़िया चलेगी. 5 साल के बाद you're a luxury car. You deserve it. You're going to work towards it and you're going to make it happen. Dream it and make it happen. That's what we want to establish. So, a lot of people tell me that so many entrepreneurs I meet every day, and so many people actually ask me all kinds of questions. So we, the team of Indian Design League, IDL, brought out a very interesting way of catering to these questions. मुझे ना एक भी question को neglect नहीं करना था. So I have my coffee mug. So अभी तो मेरी coffee बहुत ठंडी हो गई होगी. So what's really hot is the questions that at some point I have been asked in my life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer all of these questions and I'm going to try to help you establish your business in the most clear way possible. Because clarity is really your method to move forward. If you're not clear, you're not going. It's like saying कि मैंने Google Map तो on कर दिया, लेकिन destination क्या मुझे अभी तक पता ही नहीं है. तो map आपको गोल ही लेके चलेगा. The map will not even start till you don't put a destination. So you have to put destinations so that you know where to go, right? So coming back to my very hot cup of coffee and super hot questions that are the burning questions within all of us. I'm going to come to all your questions one by one, starting with a few that have always been asked, okay? So beginning with this one, which says, how does appearance impact first impression? Now, appearance, we spoke about A to E, right? So, how does appearance actually impact? Abhi aap actually ye cheez ek socho ki you're going for a meeting. Samne wala, is a very big personality. This person, is featured in newspapers or, is just talked about always. Like he's always the man of the hour. He's always, the woman of the hour. and such an inspiring person. आपने अपने दिमाग में एकदम से एक पिक्चर बना लिया है कि अच्छा this person will be wearing like a, maybe she'll be wearing like a pintak sari, or she'll probably be wearing like a very elegant outfit, will be so presentable, she's put the right makeup, the right personality, will be smelling great. And maybe for the gentleman, you must be seeing, him sort of groom his beard, or sort of, like a nice strong personality, sitting with rolled up sleeves and, up and about and working and, on his laptop and everything, serious type. And what if you walk into this meeting and you see ki koi, ripped jeans और एक simple सी boring सी t-shirt पहन के बैठा हुआ है और ऐसे slouching बैठा हुआ है और बहुत ही ऐसे बोरिंग टाइप, मतलब ऐसे हाथ ऊपर करके फोन पे ऐसे स्क्रॉल कर करके, आपको कैसा लगेगा? So the couple of seconds that you were imagining this, I'm sure at some point आपने एक mental picture बना लिया होगा कि it's interesting to see somebody look and groom well. That is why appearances matter. तो मुझे explain भी नहीं करना पड़ा, आप उस situation को समझ के जान गए होंगे that appearance is what you're telling about yourself to another person. It's a story you're telling people, and you don't want people to forget your story, correct? So really, it's the story you always want to remember. Like I'm remembered usually for the lady in those colorful blazers, or I'm usually remembered as the person, with the, she always has this very simple hairstyle, or with the straight long hair, or with the person, who's always in her corporate attire and, those tuck heels that she walks with and everything. So cool. Or, always the person wearing the watch in the right hand and, kada in the left hand, the person who carries themselves like that. You always remember people for the way that they're presenting themselves. So definitely appearance matters. I'm sure you know this by now, right? Because you wouldn't like to be around somebody who is not smelling so good. You wouldn't want to be around somebody who's burping away on your face. You wouldn't want to be around somebody jo, chap karke khaye ja rahe. You wouldn't want to be with somebody who is continuously on their phone. You wouldn't want to be with somebody jo continuously bahut baat kiye ja rahe ho, koi question पूछ नहीं रहे, break भी नहीं ले रहे. So these are some things that you observe. I would just recommend that you start to observe people and decide in your mind. One side, these are all the things I want to be like. The other side, these are all the things I never want to be like. And that is when you know what is right and what is wrong in which situation. So I hope, as for appearances, what's important is that you be you and just carry yourself with a lot of confidence. Corporate world, no problem. You can always keep long hair, no issues. There's so many people who keep long hair while they're working in a company, but very neatly will tie a low bun, or will and this is for men, very neatly, they have loads of rings that they wear and everything. Very, very, very smartly they'll carry themselves. That rugged body with the way that they carry themselves and everything. It all just matters. It doesn't matter. It also doesn't matter कि मैं ऐसे बड़ा सा पेट है, या मैं बहुत ज़्यादा thin हूँ, या pimples hai face pe, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter anymore, really. It all matters ki what's going on over here. If you let it affect yourself here, you're going to realize that it's actually bothering people around you. The more you complain about, the problems on your face, on your body, the more people will recognize that these are problems. They will hurt you unintentionally, but they will hurt you, because at the end of the day, it is so important to you that it's going to affect you. And that's why appearance is about the personal brand you want to build in front of people. What is it that you don't want people ever to forget? And that's how you start to build your personal brand. और personal brand एक ऐसी चीज है जो ऐसे in one time, in one day ऐसे नहीं create कर सकते. It takes time to know what you like and what you don't like. For me, I didn't know on day one कि मुझे ऐसी impression चाहिए थी. मैं continuously खाली अपने आप को well groom रखती थी. फिर धीरे धीरे पता लगा कि मुझे ऐसे करना है, मुझे वैसे करना है. I'll stick to this. I'll remove this. And that's how I do it. I'm probably the only person in the corporate, scenario that walks around with a pink color laptop bag. I don't know if you can see it in this video, but it's somewhere that side that you could probably see in the mirror. So that's my pink color bag that I carry. I mean, how unlikely, right, for somebody to carry a pink color laptop bag? But that's the personality I want to carry. It's my favorite color. I want to just be able to be myself in front of people. and be absolutely open and talking about it. Like bahut bari, like I also do carry a pen which has brown color ink. There's a pen that I carry, not this one, but there's another pen that I carry which has got brown color ink. Tell me which person you see signing in brown ink. But it's a thing, it's a personality, it's a personal brand, it's something that you carry, it's something that people will not forget you for, right? So I hope I hope I've been able to answer the question that says, how does your appearance actually impact that first impression that we are talking about? See, first impressions, you're going to get loads of opportunities to create lots of first impressions on people. Every time I meet somebody, a new fresh day means a new fresh personality or a new fresh image. Even if it's this person I've met every day. That every day there is a message about you that is changing. And you will always have loads of chances. But impression that you form today, it is going to be unforgettable. So keep that in mind and let people remember the good things about you. Okay? I'm going to move on to another question. And it says, how to become a successful entrepreneur. Now, so many people ask me this question, ki, how to become a successful entrepreneur? You know, how would you do it if you had to start all over again? Trust me, I don't dread it. I would love to start all over again. And what's the problem in it as well, right? I mean, I enjoyed it then. I'm going to enjoy it even more now because I know exactly what's going to happen and how I want to see my life grow. And who knows, I'll probably get to change a lot of really cool things, right? So, because it's a very broad outline, I just want to concise it jitna bhi ho paye, so that wherever you feel there is a need, please feel free to ask me questions. So, how to become a successful entrepreneur, right? Success does not happen in one day. It takes its own good time. You don't know which days are going to be good, which days are going to be horrific, which days are going to be very challenging. So it's what you do every day that sort of explains ki success is what is meant by when you do this. So if you ask me, are you a successful entrepreneur according to you? I might just say yes today, but something in me says, there's more to do. Don't give up. Just keep doing more, keep doing more, keep doing more. So, like I said, the story I tell myself is that I'm always successful. I'm always going to be successful. There is no failure in my dictionary. While I say this to myself, I also am very humbled to know that there's always going to be growth. And, there's always going to be loads of reasons to be better. And one very big reason is myself. My kindest little self tells me, something within me tells me that there is a lot of things that I can learn. There are a lot of things that I can grow with. And I want to keep exploring it till the day I die. So when you have that as a mindset, you'll realize that everything you see will excite you. Everything you want to do sort of gets you thinking about how much better to do it. Okay? But ask yourself this one question. Every day, if you really want to be successful, you ask yourself this one golden question. And the question is, and listen to it very, very, very carefully. Is this my best? This 4-letter question that pretty much tells you what you want to do and how you're going to do it. So again, is this my best? So if you were to ask me today, you delivered this live session, is this your best? Something within me says that it is my very best. It is something that I couldn't do better with. Because by the way, at some point, you're also going to think back to know that, it's the first time that you have never done a YouTube live session. There's nothing to compare it with. But today and right now, I feel great. I feel amazing talking to people about a journey that can change the way they look at life. So why not? Ask yourself this one question. Every time you press send means look at it and be like, is this my best? Can I do better? Every time you draft a mail, look at it and say, is this my best? Can I do even a little better than this? Every time you talk to somebody on the phone and kuch git pit ho gayi hogi, just cut the call and be like, is this my best? Could I have done this any other way? Think about ways that you can improve. Realize that and you'll see how how enriching it feels, how good it feels. It's immediately like having a mentor above you to show you and drive you to that direction. It's always so empowering to endorse that skill in you, that strength in you. So to be successful, keep doing your very best every single day and ask yourself this question to know what you can do to be better the next day. Okay. I also do have a few questions coming in from all our viewers today. So our team has been kind enough to note down all your questions and help me out with some of them so I can answer it. There's this beautiful question by Sneha Jain. Hi, Sneha. She's written how to politely tell some close relative or spouse to stop commenting on the clothes I'm wearing or hairstyle I'm having. Wow, okay, this is something that is such a universal problem na कि कैसे politely बोलो कि बाबा चुप रहो, like how not to sit and peck on me all the time, right? Now, well, obviously it happens so many times in my case as well, because you see मेरे घर में तो मैं वो रणवीर सिंह हूँ जो मैं सब पहनती हूँ और सारे colors, मतलब imagine every time I buy a colorful blazer my sister will look at me like हाँ हाँ बस गोविंदा बनने जा रहे हो. So you see, I love colors, right? I want to do this where I'm that person in a corporate, company that always wears colors and is not always in, black, gray, blue kind of thing. Ironically, I'm in blue today, but I love the way that there's this little bit of a bling in the outfit I'm wearing, and it's so me. And again, my bag and like an all blue kind of a really serious look and everything. That's also because I'm coming in from a lot of other sessions that I've delivered all morning. So one way to be able to cater to something like this, Neha, would be ki first step is to sit them down and talk to them about what exactly is their issue. Like, are they having a problem with the way that you're dressing? Like, is it directly involving them or hurting them in any manner? Is it affecting them in any manner? First, try to identify that. There could be reasons why some people are saying this. Could be for a religious purpose, could be for something like, for example, I have a client who says that I love wearing black, but my family is totally against wearing black. Like, imagine his entire wardrobe, there is nothing black in his wardrobe, but he loves wearing black. He thinks he looks great in black. Well, rightly so. I mean, who doesn't like the color black on them, right? But yeah, so that's what he came to me with. Now, first understand why are they saying not to wear something. Identify the problem. If the problem is really a genuine concern, then you look into that. Get a consultant to help you out, or better still, look at the mirror and be your own consultant and see what they're trying to say and find merit in what they're trying to say. अगर लगे कि नहीं यार ये कोई valid reason है ही नहीं, I really don't feel so. Carry it with confidence any which way. I heard this thing at a very early age, and I don't know if it's a good thing or bad, but somebody once told me कि सुनो सबकी करो खुद की. And trust me, that changed the way I sort of started to dress up, because I was just like, okay, I hear you, but I'm anyway going to do what I'm doing. And एक दिन तो मतलब आप बोल के मुझे कितना ही मतलब सुधार लोगे, right? At the end of the day, I love what I'm doing, and at some point, how I have sort of accepted myself through it, you will also do it. So one really, one way to do it would be कि करो खुद की ही, लेकिन सुन सबकी सकते हो, no problem. So that's one way of doing it. Second way would be if you could politely tell them that, you know what, this is what makes me happy. If you want to see me happy, this is exactly like how I wish to be seen. And if at all there is at all any kind of a problem, talk to me about it. I'm happy to explore it. But if I genuinely feel ki, nahi hai required, then trust me, I know how I feel when I wear something of this sort. So don't worry about it. I'll carry myself with a lot of dignity. That's my promise. Is that cool? And you talk to them in that manner. You will realize कि बहुत ही polite way में आपने उनको एक ऐसा heart to heart conversation की है. वो आपको कभी भी mistrust नहीं करेंगे. Like I said, your clothing is a communication. A communication is something that will help people trust each other. And that is why even verbal communication in dressing is important. Like I said, if I wear all black, somebody will actually look at me and be like, क्या हुआ आज इतने boring कपड़े क्यों पहने? If I wear colorful colors, somebody will actually come and be like, you're looking great, you're looking so funky, you're looking so nice. So you will take time to create that impression. The first day when I wore a hot pink blazer to, this big company, obviously people gave me two turns and they were like, ye kaun hai? But after a certain period of time, they're just like, acha, that girl, the one who wears the colorful blazers, oh damn, cool, yeah. So, it will change amongst people. Just give them their time also and appreciate the fact that they're talking to you about it. Kaun bolta hai? Wahi bolega na jo actually aapke bare mein care karte hain. So that is probably something you could keep in mind. I hope I've been able to answer your questions, Neha. It was so nice to speak with you. And all of you, if you have any questions to ask me, please feel free to put it on the comments, and our team will absolutely help me cater to that. Okay, I'm going to quickly hop on to a new question. Okay, so this question says, what not to do in terms of body language when you are meeting somebody and giving a presentation. ये question बहुत simple है, इसको समझने की कोशिश करो. ये question ये है कि मुझे क्या ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए in a meeting या presentation ताकि कोई गलत impression ना जाए. Okay, so what not to do? So everybody tells you what to do, right? Today I want to share with you things that you should absolutely never do. Please don't go for a meeting just to talk about yourself. In fact, go for meetings to ask questions, to look confident, to talk business, to keep it straight to the point. Nobody likes to sit and talk gol, beating about the bush. 2, you don't stare at your phone when you're in a meeting. People find it very disrespectful. In fact, बोल के meeting के शुरुआत में ही आप सामने से, even if your phone is already on silent, now here's a tip, more like a technique. What you could do is, you go for the meeting and you tell them, sir, please allow me a couple of minutes. I'm going to quickly put my phone on airplane mode. All yours now. Tell me. So suddenly you've told people that you are more important to me than my phone. I'm here to meet you and not to distract myself with my phone. No doubt, phone is a distraction, obviously. So keep it in mind that आप purposefully आप ये चीज बोल रहे हो और उस पे act कर रहे हो. Okay, so you can definitely initiate, like, even if my phone's already on silent, I will tell people that hi, just give me a few seconds, I'll quickly put my phone on airplane mode, and I will do it, as a matter of fact, in front of them, and I'll only focus on them. ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप बोल रहे हो airplane mode पे और फिर suddenly कोई call आ जाए. मतलब that's just going to look very wrong, right? Third point that it brings me to, कि never lie. See, at some point in time now, it's always going to come out in the open and it's going to give a very wrong impression of you. Nobody likes cheating and lies. So when you're going to present, बहुत बार ये होता है कि हम अपने आप को as a भगवान समझते हैं कि I'm too good, there's nobody better than me. In a meeting, what really works is that when you are humble, truest to your soul, that is when you will realize that it is a genuine connection that you're making with people. So be humble, be kind, share stories that inspire people. That's what's going to actually mold you. Another thing that you should absolutely not do should be, shaking of feet. Like, I'll just quickly move back to show you what I'm actually talking about. When, for example, when we're sitting and you just sort of, juggle our feet like that, or, just sort of look very anxious with our body language. That's really something you should totally avoid, because that immediately tells people that you're very confused and very, very anxious and very scared and very underprepared. And absolutely somebody who does not know where this meeting is going. You're not in control, you're not in charge. But somebody who's seated this way, it's literally giving you that, the boss vibes. Somebody who is actually interested in the conversation. So this is the diamond that you make with your hand. This diamond is what you keep very easily with. And then you strike the conversation. If you go to see, it's very simple for me to move my hands just because of this diamond formation. Okay, so you could keep that in mind and always avoid any distraction, shaking of leg, hand, etc., whatever. Another thing, don't dance around with your chair. Never dance around with your chair. Don't dance around by walking also. You shouldn't be walking, so much in a presentation, or shouldn't be dancing around. Like I, initially had this problem with my hands. I used to move my hands a lot, like a lot. So what I started to do was I started to paint my nails and wear a really heavy ring. Obviously like a imitation jewelry I used to wear at that time, and just so that I can control my hand movement. क्योंकि अगर आप एक बड़ी सी रिंग पहन रहे हो तो every time you move your hand you feel like okay there's something distracting you. Because you don't want it to distract you, you can sort of keep your hands to yourself, and that is how I controlled it. That's another technique you could use. Another thing you should absolutely not do is read out of paper or read out of a PPT. People want to know that you're presenting because you want to, not because you have to. A PPT is a reference point for the people who've come for that meeting. It is not a reference point for you. आपको देख के उसको बात नहीं करना है. आपको बात करना है और PPT खाली as a preparation है आपके पास, right? That's really something that you should absolutely keep in mind. Okay. Another thing which you should absolutely not do is mistake somebody's name. Like a Snigdha cannot be a Megha. A Mangesh cannot be a Santosh. So when you're taking somebody's name, you respectfully take it. अगर आपको लगे कि आपको उनका नाम नहीं याद आ रहा है, अभी उन्होंने नाम बोला लेकिन आप भूल गए, so you can always say कि address them with sir, address them with ma'am. Then they will only tell you कि अरे नहीं मुझे sir मत बुलाना, मुझे ma'am मत बुलाना, call me this, call me that. So then again they're sort of reminding you of that. But again, it shows a very humble way of approaching somebody. I hope these tips help you and are able to answer to the question that you asked me about what not to do in business meetings and presentations. I'm going to quickly hop to the questions and comments that are coming in. Pooja Sasane has written, "Hi ma'am, happy to see you again." So happy to be able to read your name here, Pooja, and really happy to see that you're back here. She's written, "How can I get my mindset changed towards this new journey to change my life?" Okay, so well, Pooja, I would love to be updated on the new journey you're talking about. But yes, a change in mindset really happens when there is a change in discipline. Try one thing, Pooja, and you can even try this starting tomorrow. Imagine that if you had more number of hours to do the work that everybody is doing. आप ये सोचो पूजा कि what if the dream that I have, imagine 1,000 other people have the exact same dream. How will I achieve it before them? So if that is something that sort of bothers you, like that's something that definitely bothers me. And I एक ही मैं solution सोच रही थी कि what if I had more number of hours? What if I could, stop time only for myself? I could quickly complete my work and then start time again so that I'm sort of kept up with people. Because like I said, in general, I personally feel like I work a little, my mind works super fast, but maybe when it comes to the work that I'm doing, because of certain learning disabilities, it takes me slightly more time than an average person. So us wajah se whatever used to happen to me, I changed that. So only because I used to personally feel ki I don't want to be slow at all. I want to be fast paced. I want to be up to the mark with people. I used to think ki ek hi solution hai, wake up early so that I have more number of hours to do it. चलो जल्दी उठने लगी, फिर और प्रॉब्लम्स होने लगी, और काम आ गया. Then I thought कि how better to do it. And then it struck me that what if I wake up at a time when nobody wakes up, so that I can quickly sit, finish my work, and when everybody is up, I'm sort of up to the mark. So I started this thing, how you know of the 5 a.m. club ना, पता नहीं क्यों, लेकिन ये 5 a.m. वाला जो club है ना, पता नहीं, I'm never able to join it. 5 बजे का अलार्म रखो तो 5:30 तक आप उसको स्नूज करते रहते हो, 6 o'clock 6:30 तक फिर उठते हो. बेसिकली वो 1 घंटे की जो आपको साउंड स्लीप होती थी, आपको वो भी नहीं मिली. So I thought of this thing of something called the 4:56 a.m. club. What is 4:56? Waking up 4 minutes before 5 a.m. So what does it do to your mind? I'll show you my phone where it literally has an alarm kept for 4:56 4:57, 4:58, 4:59, 5:02, 5:03, 5:06, 5:09, and then directly at 5:15. Because in my mind, I'm just like, latest should be 5:15 when I wake up. And so many alarms that I keep because I don't want to miss waking up at 5 o'clock. 5:30 बहुत लेट हो जाएगा. You know how mentally you're thinking of it. Technically इतना लेट नहीं होता है, but हम ऐसे सोचते हैं. So 4:56 a.m. club is पहले तो you're waking up in an alignment of 4, 5, 6. So you're waking up in feeling productive, feeling aligned. I don't know if you believe so much in numbers, but the little bit that I may know about numbers, I feel very powerful. So I feel that 4:56 is a very powerful way of starting the day. It's an alignment. I want my day to be an alignment of my goals. So that's how I wake up. That's how I think about it. It's not like somebody has told me, "Aja, aise utna chahiye, aise karna chahiye, Jyotish ne bola." Nothing like that. It's just a mental calculation. जब आप 4:56 का अलार्म रखते हो, आपके माइंड को टाइम नहीं मिलता है कैलकुलेट करने के लिए कि 4 मिनट है सोने के लिए. हमारा माइंड यूजुअली ये जानता है कि 5 मिनट तो है ना, स्नूज मतलब 5 मिनट्स या स्नूज मतलब 10 मिनट्स. I don't give my mind to decide that. I keep an alarm for odd numbers so that I wake up. And 5:15 की मेरे को 5:15 तो मैक्सिमम उठना है. 5:15 के बाद तो अलार्म ही नहीं है, तो वो डर से ही मैं 5:15 से पहले ही उठ जाती हूँ. आज मेरे बॉडी क्लॉक को मालूम है कि जल्दी उठना मतलब 4:56 उठना. आज मेरे को अलार्म भी नहीं रखना पड़ता है, but I wake up at 4:56 sharp. There are times I immediately wake up ऐसे ही randomly at 4:43. You know, odd numbers. And you just wake up to see the clock. ऐसा ठीक है ना 5-7 मिनट. Then 4:56 I'll wake up आराम से. At 5 o'clock, sharp 5 o'clock, I'm ready to start my day. That's the kind of impact I'm talking about. Okay? So, to change a mindset, Pooja, means to change the discipline behind that mindset. Create a discipline for yourself. I'll tell you, Pooja, I just started to work a little bit on my diet, what I'm eating, what I'm doing in a day, how many walks I'm taking, how I'm taking care of my body, how I'm taking care of my mind. Like I said, na Pooja, first when I started, मैं 24/7 365 days काम करती थी. Last 6 महीने से मैंने ये एक चीज डिसाइड कर ली है कि Sunday is dedicated for self improvement. And that is really something that changed the way that I work on myself. Today, I'm actually putting that spotlight on myself and I'm working on myself every single day. Mindset starts with discipline. Think about it, Pooja. Create your discipline and I'd love to help you out again. But so nice to see your message. Thank you, Pooja. Sanjay Berry has written, "Ma'am, you're so beautiful and cute." Thank you. Thank you, Sanjay. Navya Jangir has written, "I am starting a new business of clothing on Instagram. How do I grow it? Some tips." Of course. Okay. Firstly, Navya, I would love to know what the business is about. If this is a thrift shop or if it is something where, you're making the clothes from scratch, you're manufacturing the clothes, I want to understand the business. Only then I'll be able to give you more impactful tips. But let's see if this could help you, okay? And any way that you feel that I think that you think I could help you out, please always feel free to write to us and we'll be very happy to answer that for you. I'm starting a new business. Okay. So if you're doing a business in clothes, firstly, see ki Instagram is full of it, right? What are people doing right now? Like I gave you my story कि एक ट्रेनिंग में मैं एज अ पार्टिसिपेंट बैठी थी और मुझे अच्छी नहीं लगी वो ट्रेनिंग, इसीलिए मैं ट्रेनिंग में घुसी so that I could do what other people could not, so that I understand that what as a participant did I want. So you think of yourself, Navya, as a client. As a client, what do you want? You want to know कि इसकी फिट कैसी है, इसके रिव्यूज क्या हैं. As a entrepreneur, please make sure, Navya, to show your face on the page. Do as many live streaming sessions, do videos, do reels. Reels go crazy, Navya. There are lakhs and lakhs of people that see reels every single day. You also know it. Make crazy reels on very peppy, good music. Involve people, Navya. Have really cool faces on on your page. Get bloggers on board. Free stuff देख के देखो, या दोस्तों को बुला, उनको ये बोलो कि चलो, let's make a video, let's do something fun. Initially आपको ये मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी, और रील्स बना रहे हो तो actually make a plan of 6 months. 6 months, break it down 6 weeks के हिसाब से या 2 हफ्तों के हिसाब से. आप देखोगे कि जितने गोल्स को आप ब्रेक करके उसको कंसिस्टेंटली एक टारगेट बना के आगे चलोगे ना, उतना ही फास्ट आपको अपने रिजल्ट्स दिखने लगेंगे. एंड डोंट गिव अप नव्या. बहुत बारी ऐसे होता है कि हम लोग ना पेज शुरू कर लेते हैं, कुछ 4-5 दिन बहुत अच्छे से उसको काम करते हैं, जब छठे दिन पे पता लगता है कि कोई रिप्लाई नहीं कर रहा, कोई कॉल नहीं कर रहा, कोई मैसेज नहीं कर रहा, कोई कमेंट नहीं कर रहा, लाइक तो इतने कम आ रहे हैं. Understand one thing, that it is always consistent effort. Also know one thing, that I am associated with so many luxury brands that I have seen started from scratch. एक भी बायर नहीं था, और ये ब्रांड्स की तो मतलब प्राइसिंग भी ऐसे लाखों में जाते थे. So what I'm trying to say is that there are always going to be days where, like I said, some days are going to be really cool, some days are going to be very tough. It's what you do on these tough days that matter. And consistently, don't let people on the page know that you're not in a good mood, or don't let people on the page know that you're not having enough orders. Keep showing off, blatantly show off. People who matter, people who are buyers, it is in a very big way impacting a buyer. मुझे जानना है कि आपके और कस्टमर्स हैं और मैं खाली इकलौती नहीं हूं. मुझे जानना है कि आप अच्छी कस्टमर सर्विस देते हो. मुझे जानना है कि आप रियल क्वेश्चंस का आंसर रखते हो. Which means if I'm a plus size person, I want to know, will your clothes fit me or not? I want to know what is the quality of the fabric. I want to know what colors will go with what. I want to know how many different ways can I wear it in. I want to know कि आप में ऐसा क्या अलग है जो पूरे Instagram में नहीं है. So I hope, Navya, this was able to help you out with some tips that I was wanting to share with you. Anushka Biswas has written, hello ma'am. So me being an overthinker, high five, that's me as well. I lack self-confidence and suffer with anxiety issues and self-doubt. How to cope up with that? Now, firstly, I'll tell you one thing. As a matter of fact, and as ironic as it may sound, आज ही मैंने किसी को ये चीज बोली थी कि it's probably the overthinker in me जो इतना ज्यादा प्लान करती है और फिर कुछ भी काम करेगी. So if you feel you're an overthinker, don't look at it as anything negative. Look at it as a compliment, because being an overthinker actually means that you're somebody who is planning out everything that can possibly go right or wrong with something in question. तो वो कोई गलत बात तो नहीं है ना, आपने खाली ये चीज को evaluate करके रखा. That's no issue. Another thing, that this is how I tackled overthinking. Okay, I like to distract myself with positive affirmations in various different ways so that I can get rid of overthinking. Overthinking for me used to happen very, very often. हर छोटी से छोटी चीज के लिए मैं overthink करती थी. I used to think about all possibilities that could go wrong, that could be harmful to me and all of that. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है, and it's a normal tendency to go through it. So there's nothing new. But channelize this overthinking into positive distractions and see how it changes the way that you think and believe. So how to channelize? I'm sure you'd ask, Anushka. So channelize could even be watching motivational talks, reading. It is a very, very big way to channelize overthinking. Like I said, I have a little bit of a learning disability where if it takes you 2 minutes to read 50 words, it will take me a good 5 to 10 minutes to read and understand what I've read. So double the time, right? I mean, if you're imagining कि एक पूरी book अगर मेरी एक हफ्ते पढ़ के खत्म हो जाए, वो same चीज time is taken. So I love to hear audiobooks. For me, I feel like it's much faster. My audio is like when I listen, I don't forget. I'm a very strong listener. Like I said, I'm a very strong virtual learner. So that's something that I've channelized my brain to. I wake up to listening to podcasts, Anushka. I wake up to listening to people, how they have tackled anxiety, or how have they tackled depression, how have they tackled everything. So I try to learn from them. Like I said, there's no new way to do anything. Just keep exploring. That's really something that you do. And as an overthinker, you have a gift of brainstorming. जितना हो पाए और जितनी बारी हो पाए आप एक बुक मेंटेन करो जिसमें आप खाली अपने थॉट्स को डाल रहे हो. Even right now in my bag I have a book that where I have written what am I thinking about right now, what do I want right now, and list down everything on your mind as if like blurt it all out from your head to paper. And trust me, you're going to be able to deal with these kind of situations so much more productively. And you're going to love the way that you've become. So try it, and then you'll see how to, cope up with that kind of self-doubt is nothing but no validation from people. अभी कितना validate लेते रहोगे, right? कितने लोगों से बात करते रहोगे, कितनी बारी अरे you're doing good, अरे you're doing good सुनते रहोगे. Sometimes we need to feel it, and the best way to feel it is to do it. So, what you're probably running away from is the real destination. Think about it, and I'm sure you're going to move up the ladder very, very soon. Let's see if there are more questions coming in. Let's give you a couple of minutes till you can put that in. And I have the last question from what people have asked. So let's quickly dig and find out what it is. What are must-have skills that designers should learn to build their image? Okay, so must-have skills are, like I said, we've already discussed this, but you can consider it as your recap. We spoke about A, B, C, D, and E. ये 5 चीजों के बारे में हमने जब बात की थी, what I was trying to tell you about was skills, like your appearance, your behavior, your body language, your communication, your digital footprinting, online presence, your ethics and etiquette. These are some of the things that directly impact your image. So if you have to ask me कि क्या वो skills हमें ध्यान में रखने चाहिए, तो एक चीज तो always remember, etiquette is nothing but the questioning that we do with people. Like, for example, would you like to have some water, or would you like to take this seat right next to me, or would you like to come along with me, would you like me to drop you, would you like me to make notes for you. Anything where you are asking a question will display that you have great etiquettes. So etiquettes really, I think, is the topmost skill that you should always remember, and is always going to be that one fine line of you being sophisticated versus how you're still a diamond that needs a lot of more polishing. So I think that's when you sparkle, and that's when you grow. So I hope I was able to answer this question for you. But some skills that designers should have is the skill of knowing that they don't know it all, and that they can always have every opportunity to keep growing and keep getting different ways of learning. Another skill that you should keep in mind could be the skill of making somebody feel important. Like, you'll already, like, when you're sitting with people, अच्छा लगता है ना जब आपको कोई थोड़ा सा attention दे दे, या जब आपसे बात करे, आपको कोई questions पूछे, तो that is indirectly, or let's say directly, telling you that you're important to me, and you better know it. So that is exactly something that not everybody knows how to do, but it's very easy to do, so why not follow it, right? So I hope I was able to answer these questions for you. Like I said, with this we close all the hot cup of conversations we've always had and always heard from budding entrepreneurs. And if you feel that there are any more questions that you think I can answer for you, always feel free to write us to the comment over here, and our team will be very happy to cater to your questions. Thank you so much. That was me trying my little bit to be able to help everybody over here. Well, we have a question that's just come in. This is by Dipanjali Deshmukh. Hi, Dipanjali. It's so good to see your comment. What points to be focused while planning to start a boutique? Okay. One point to actually keep in mind is, where is your team? Really, you're not going to be at your store 24/7. In fact, I would recommend that you're not there all the time, because ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए कि कोई एक any person is entering and they sort of demean you or anything. अपनी एक image ऐसी बनाओ that you walk in with style, you exit with style. So always have a good staff or a good fashion consultant who is helping your clients out and genuinely helping them out with what to wear, how to wear it, different ways of wearing it. Have a lot of visual communication being done with people. Even if there are no people to talk to them, the walls are as if like speaking, or the clothes are speaking, or the mannequins are speaking. Now, I'm not really telling you to invest in mannequins that speak. I'm telling you that style up mannequins every day differently. रोज एक मैनिक्विन को मतलब उनकी कोई कपड़े बदलो, एक नई एक कोई स्टाइल लाओ, something that actually gets people thinking about how they could wear this thing differently. Another point to focus on while planning to start a boutique is ki if you have the funds to manage a boutique of this sort out of your savings for 8 months without any complaints, including rent, including kharcha of your PR, including marketing ka kharcha, including teams ka kharcha, including anything, website ka kharcha, whatever, rental kharcha, salaries kharcha, maintenance ke kharche. If you're able to chalk out in that financial plan ki 8 mahine to आराम से गुजरेंगे, आराम से, मतलब no issues, तब जाके you can actually decide on starting a boutique. Otherwise, really think about it. Boutique इतना necessary है क्या? Does every successful designer today have loads of boutiques? और ऐसे भी तो हो सकता है आप एक छोटी सी फैक्ट्री खाली बना लो एंड सप्लाई करते रहो, उसी को बिल्ड करते रहो. आपकी डिमांड के वर्सेस सप्लाई होनी चाहिए. सप्लाई करते रहोगे और डिमांड के बारे में जानोगे ही नहीं तो क्या फायदा ना. So when you're starting your business, when you're starting a boutique, before starting a boutique you realize that boutique की जरूरत है या प्रोडक्ट की जरूरत है. पहले प्रोडक्ट बेचना शुरू करो, उसके बाद आपको दिखेगा कि if it is absolutely required, then a boutique is necessary. Boutique is just a fancy office, where you want to sort of host people who already know you. जितने लोग को मैंने कंसल्ट किया है who own boutiques are actually established designers. They're not newcomers. आप खुद ही सोचो ना, आप एक रैंडम से बुटीक के अंदर एंटर करते हो क्या ऐसे ही? अब तब एंटर करते हो ना जब आप किसी को जानते होगे वहां पर, या तब जब आप वो स्टोर को ट्रस्ट कर पाओगे. अभी ट्रस्ट भी तो ओवर टाइम बिल्ड होता है, राइट? सो डोंट जस्ट सेट अप शॉप एंड एक्सपेक्ट कि लोग आएंगे खरीदेंगे और मैं बड़ी सक्सेसफुल हो जाऊंगी. I'm not asking you to take those kind of risks, okay? I'm asking you to actually be a part of the process, evaluate what works versus what does not work, what pros and cons to keep in mind, और उस हिसाब से काम करो. Trust me, you'll always enjoy what you're doing, and you must love what you're doing, Dipanjali, every single day of your life. I hope that was able to answer that question of yours.
Absolutely, ma'am. And it was a gem of a session, a power-packed 2 hours of session. So it would be wrong if we say 2 hours. Rather, let's make it a big number, 120 minutes. If you want more numbers, then absolutely everyone can multiply by 60 and then they can have fun. Okay, so everyone, सभी ने अपने अपने points लिए हैं, किसको क्या सीखना था उतना उन्होंने देखा सुना. It's time to implement now, I'm sure. And what my take was, a good tip that you give, never go, always attend a meeting for asking questions, then you will feel confident. Because in this profile जहाँ पे मैं अभी हूँ, we have a lots of meeting daily basis पे. We just go and देखते हैं आज क्या होने वाला है. Bombarding होने वाली है. I'm sure you are going to connect what I'm saying कि bombarding होने वाली है कि क्या होने वाला है.
I know what you're saying.
But next time अगर agenda पता होता, I will prepare a list of questions before going. And उसका wonderful question जो पूजा ने, नव्या ने, अनुष्का ने, दीपांजलि ने पूछे हैं, beautifully answered those questions. Indian Design League, we are so grateful to have you on board कि आप टाइम निकाल के आते हैं. So allow me to take this opportunity. Thank you for your wonderful time and power pack session. And we hope कि हम बहुत जल्दी वापस से connect होंगे. Possibly अगर हुआ तो बहुत live session, not online, also offline. ठीक है? And I will remember your world record for being the youngest image consultant.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
There's so much more to do, Amitaj. I'm sure we'll work on so many different ways, and I hope that I'm able to build that list of world record holder and also 20 more things. So
wonderful.
Till the next time we meet, I'm a work in progress.
Okay, ma'am. See you soon, ma'am.